Congratulate me! I'm a father! You didn't know I was a father, did you? I gave birth! I gave birth to a kidney stone! Check it out! See the stone in there? Wow! How about that, Natsta?
Wow.
Pretty cool. Wow.
Wow, that's good
It's
news.
amazing that little thing could cause that much pain. Unbelievable. Whew. Boy, am I happy that's over. I'm JC. This is Nat. Together we've helped hundreds of foreigners get more life for less money by having a retirement in Thailand. Now we've set out on a new adventure with the help of Danoy, Kakao, and Gopur. Together, join us on our journey while we turn this into save
many months later.
This and make a full forest and help make Thailand green again. They have dancers. They have all the monks. What are these bags of rice for the temple? They can give that to people. Oh, they don't give to the... Oh, wow. Blessing. Well, Nat, it's time for a
update.
Yeah, YouTube update. Usually we're saying every week, weekly update, right? But this time we got a YouTube update. We haven't done a YouTube video in a long time. You know, you and me, we did interviews. We did one with Peter from Canada, with Dave from the United States, and we got an upcoming one with Bruce, the trucker, that I did 4 or 5 videos over all the years we've been doing this with him. Great interview coming up with him. But we want to get everybody on YouTube up to speed with what's been happening. I got rid of my kidney stone. Boy, that was painful. If you've never had kidney stones, don't get them. And the great thing about that is just keep your urine really alkalized, and you won't have problems with stones. I learned that during this whole process, which was really great to know. And there's a lot of ways to do that. You can Google how to do that. Since we did the last YouTube video, everything's been out here, not in our farm or on our property, but out there. What's been happening? It's green because a lot of rice. Yeah, it happened so long ago now it's like, what? Nothing new around here. But the rice is in full swing. It hasn't got to the point of harvest yet, but this is a time of year I really like because it's just so green everywhere. It's beautiful, right? Speaking of green, got a lot of green behind us.
Humid, no?
Yeah, it's humid, but
coming.
yeah, rain's coming, but it's really green, right?
Yes.
We've been having a lot of rain, rainy season, right? And so we've had a lot of rain. Sometimes it rains so much you can't walk on the property. You sink down into the ground. And so our ditch that we dug, our little, we call Quan, but in America we call it a ditch, that we dug out there, it filled up with water almost immediately because the rain started. And now we're trying to put some water lilies, right? Tokpua, lotus flowers. So we're trying to put some of those in there. And yeah, that's been happening. And speaking of trying to stay cool when it's hot, and to keep your urine alkalized, there's something that we have in Thailand or in tropical countries. South Florida, we have them, but not too many other places around the United States. But here's a way to keep yourself not only hydrated, but alkalized as well. So, I wanted to mention how good coconut water is, fresh coconut water is for your kidneys, and that you should drink it every day. And I just wanted to mention that you can buy them all over. I think in Cha'am and some places, we used to get them for like 10 baht. If you can get them for 10 baht, like about 33 cents or something, that's a great deal. You can pay as much as 20 baht, 30 baht for these, but if you can find it for 10, 15 baht, it's a great deal. Now, how you open them and drink the water, and that's going to show us how this is done.
This one from Lotus.
Yeah, this one we got from Lotus department store because we weren't sure we'd be able to find one in the market, so it was a little bit more expensive. First of all, yeah, you need a big knife to break it open, but first of all, there's little eyes in this, and some of them they open up that you just need to puncture them with a straw. You can puncture them with a straw. This has, yeah, most of them you won't get this peak on here. They take this off, so it's real thin on the eyes, and you can just take a straw and pop them through. This one's a little bit thicker, so I'm not sure you'd be able to pop a screw through. But in the eye, you can just stick a sharp object in there. Like I say, in the market though, you can just, they'll have it so you can just stick a straw through that thing. So this one wasn't really a good example of the ones you get in the market, because there's more work with this one than what you usually have to do.
Take the one the soft eye.
Yeah. So you get down to where it's soft, and then just puncture the hole like that, and stick a straw in it, and you can drink. Give it the taste test, Nat. Yeah, sometimes they actually stick some of these in like the fire and barbecue them or something. They got like a smoky flavor inside, which is really tasty. A little bit sweet, and when they're cold and iced down, they're really refreshing. And as they say, really great for your kidneys. Also good if you've had dysentery, to go ahead and drink it as well afterwards instead of a sport drink. Then once you've drank it all, that's going to show you the treat that you get afterwards.
The one not sharp.
Use the dull end of the knife. Want something heavy and blunt with a sharp edge, and then you just circle around it, hitting it, and it'll crack the outer shell, and then you can just pull it apart and eat the coconut meat that's on the inside. Or you can just eat it straight out of there with a spoon, or you can scoop it out and put it in a shake. Put it with fruit salad. You can do all sorts of stuff with it.
This one not soft, this one harder.
Yeah, the older they are, the harder it is inside. The meat becomes more less gelatinous. Give it a taste test, Nat. There you go. So that's how to deal with the coconut and get some health benefits as well. And so, yeah, we drink those as often as possible, right?
Yeah.
And we can get them at the market for how much?
15, 20.
15 or 20. If you're wondering what that noise is, it's our snake dog who will chase cobras, but it's a wimpy dog. You can hear him. Another thing I wanted to update people on YouTube about was when we started living out here, I changed my address from being in Cha'am with immigration to being out here, which was a challenge because this property had no book right? And so we needed to change the book, and it was a complicated procedure going back and forth to the emperor and all sorts of things. We had to take pictures and show that we had a bathroom, all sorts of things. But the thing I wanted to mention was I do my 90-day reporting online. Now, people complain about, oh, I want to retire in Thailand, but it's so difficult. I spend in immigration offices. Now, I don't live in Pattaya, I don't live in Chiang Mai because the immigration offices get real busy there. But in Thai Yang, which is Phetchaburi, I'd go in and back out to get my retirement extension, and I'd be out done in an hour. So it was really an investment of about an hour a year. The rest of the time I do the 90-day reporting online. Great option. But because we changed the address, you can't do the 90-day reporting online until the address is in the database. So we updated the address, and this is why I want to mention this to you. When you give your address to immigration in Thailand, make sure to copy it down exactly the way you gave it to immigration, because that's the way they're going to be putting it into the database, into the computer. And when you put it online, it's got to match that exactly. And so I was real excited. Well, I was worried when I first had to do it the first 90 days. And I don't know if I put it in exactly right, but it was accepted. Good to go. And so I just wanted to mention that to you. Make sure that you have that address written down somewhere where it's exactly the way it is in the computer, so you can do 90-day online. And then the amount of time you're spending trying to stay in Thailand is minimal. Like I say, for me, it's about an hour a year. Even in immigration in Buriram, where we went this year, it was quick, right? In and out of there, no problem. And so I just wanted to mention that. And, you know, one of the things about living out here in the middle of nowhere is we don't have big stores close by.
Yes.
In Chiang Mai and Hue An and a lot of places, you have access to good stores and shopping malls. Ours is an hour away, and you can't get everything in Buriram, but you can get a lot of stuff. But we opt for buying a lot of the stuff, how?
Online.
Online, that's right. And so, here, I had a couple things delivered. Check this out. So, today's an exciting day. We're going to call it First Time Day.
Yes.
Why would we call it First Time Day? Because JC's going to attempt 2 things that I've never done before. So let me tell you what those are. So one of the things I've learned living out here in Isan was that the termites are ravenous. Anything of wood they eat. Except for old teak. It's so hard, they break their teeth on it, and then they have to go to the dentist, and it's just a mess. So they don't eat the old teak, but all the wood nowadays they just devour. And so steel has become popular, as you can see with our roof. There's steel trusses and side and supports and things like that, because not many people use wood that much anymore because of the termites. And you can cut down a eucalyptus tree or throw a piece of wood on the ground, and in a week you go back and flip it over and the termites are already munching on it. So I figured I better develop a new skill set. And what skill set would that be? Welding. So I picked myself up a welder. Check this out. I got a little MIG welder. It's an auto feed, and it'll feed the wire, because there's no way I'm going to be a professional at this, I can tell you that. Never done it before. And one of my members, Matt, was hanging out with me one day, and he's done some welding, and he said, you know, JC, one thing I suggest you getting, something else I picked up, an auto darkening, what do you call this? Helmet. Yeah, auto darkening helmet. And if you're wondering how much this was $69, and I think this was $22, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one thing I'm going to attempt. I need to put on a shirt, I think, with holes in it already, because I think this is going to cause some holes in my shirt. And put on some gloves, and I'll test it out. Hopefully I can get it set up with the wire feed and all that stuff. But I'll test it out on a scrap piece of steel, see how I can do. And then I have a little small project that will be my first project to attempt, but it's real thin metal, so I'm not sure how that'll work out. And then I'm going to try something else for the first time, and I'll let you know what that is after we get through our little welding exercise. What do you think? Think I can pull this off? What do you think, Nat?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Definitely maybe. How do you say maybe in Thai?
Aja.
Acha. Alright, let's check out what's in the box. Oh, look at this. See, the termites. They already ate my box. What do you think, Nat? Termites or
Rat.
mice? Rat, yeah. Probably a rat. Wonder what they wanted inside the box.
Maybe go lay the baby.
Oh, come on, man. Don't tell me I gotta open this up and I'm gonna have a rat family in here. And if you're probably wondering, this hopefully won't be an issue running this thing off of solar. This had how many watts? I bought the one that had the lower wattage. I'm not sure. I don't remember how much, but this is pretty cool, huh? Let's see what we got in here. Got cables. Woohoo! Look at this. Anybody know what to do with this stuff? I've watched a couple videos about on YouTube about how to do this, but this is interesting to me. Hopefully I can find a video how to set up your MIG welder. Yeah, here's the little critter right here. Pretty cool. You think I'm going to be able to pull this off, Nat? I don't know. Looks pretty sophisticated. I think this was... you want to know what this was? That's it. You know what this was? This was the helmet that they gave me with this.
Oh.
Here's the lens.
Okay.
And you put that in here.
Uh-huh. Maybe that for me when I go home.
This looks like it's harder to put together than the welder. I don't know about that. Anyway, Matt, it was a really good idea to buy that helmet. I can tell you already just by looking at this thing. Anyway, and here's my spool wire. So, you know what I see that's missing, Matt?
What?
Instructions!
Uh-oh.
Houston, we have a problem. Anyway, let me see if I can put this thing back together, and then you can watch me test it out and grade me on my welding skills, okay? Well, and so the second first timer for me is something I ordered because we have two ponds. Nat and I have a pond, and Nat's parents have a pond. What's in your parents' pond, Nat?
Fish cat.
Fish cat. That's right, fish cat. Catfish. And in Thai?
Pladuk.
Pladuk. And there's a lot. Lately, I've been taking a handful of the chicken feed because our chicken coop for our laying hens is right next to the pond, right? So one day there was some leftover, like the dust from the food, and I thought, I'll just throw it out there in the pond. Threw it out in the pond and the fish went nuts. So like every day now, I take a little handful of chicken food and throw it in the pond. There's a lot of catfish in there. But Nat's son, Gao, he's tried with a rod and reel to catch those guys and hasn't had any luck. And so we have, what, in ours?
Tilapia.
Tilapia. In Thai?
Panin.
There you go. And so we don't know how big those are, the original ones that we put in. Now there's a lot of fingerlings. So when I throw the food in for our fish, there's a lot of action with the fingerlings. But by now they should almost be to eating size, the original stock we put in. And our great member Sal asked, how big are your fish now? And I answered, I don't know, because we don't ever see them. You see them jump a little bit when we throw the food in, but mostly the fingerlings are eating those. So I tried with a rod and reel, threw something out there, and they didn't bite at all. So here's the solution. This is what I got. Check this out. This is a cast net. Say cast net, Matt.
Cast net.
There you go. And this is a newfangled cast net. And if you wonder why it's newfangled and what this blue thing is on the outside, this is supposed to be so you can throw a perfect circle. Now, I've never thrown a cast net before. And it's a good thing they have the wrist harness on here, because I'd probably throw it and the net and the line, everything would probably go in the quan. So we're going to see if we can catch some fish. Like I said, I've never done this before. I have looked online on YouTube about doing this, and I think I have a handle on it, pun intended, but we'll see. So Nat's going to follow me over to the pond, and I'm going to make a couple throws. We'll see if we get anything, and if we get some tilapia, we'll do the tilapia first. If we get tilapia, we'll see how big they are. If I catch them, probably I'll have Nat beat them on the head with the thing to kill them, so I don't get the bad karma from catching them and killing them. She can split the karma with me. Anyway, good idea, Nat? So anyway, I'm going to unwrap this thing. I'll put on the screen how much this costs. It wasn't very expensive, and I forget how much it was. But again, this blue circle is supposed to help it throw the perfect circle. We'll see. Anyway, let's head to the pond. All right, here we go. Ready or nothing. So from what I understand, you sort of throw it this way and then wing it around, and this you just with the lead hand. So we'll give it a shot and let's see what happens, okay? I don't think it's going to be a perfect circle. I'm not even sure what's going to happen, but we'll give it a shot, okay? Here we go. Hey, that wasn't so bad, huh? What do you think, Nat? So we're going to let it sink. Once it's all the way to the bottom, I just start reeling it in, and hopefully we'll be able to get it over, whoa, over the ledge without me going in. Well, we didn't get any fish, Natsta, but I threw a circle. That was a good thing. Yeah. So first time, no fish. Ready, Nat? It'd be better chance of getting some fish if it opens up bigger, wider. But for the second try, I think it's not too bad. Well, somebody told me that the tilapia just stay a little bit under the water. They don't stay all the way down there. So somebody's probably watching this going, nah, he's doing this wrong or doing that wrong. So I wouldn't doubt that I'm doing something wrong. But everything in life is a learning curve, right, Nat? No fish, Nat stuff. All right. Well, that was our shot at the tilapia. I'm going to throw one or two times in the other pond with the catfish, because I don't know if you've ever had lap ladu. It's like lap gai. You might have eaten lap gai in a Thai restaurant or something. They take chicken, make like a chicken salad. It's really good with catfish. So I want to see if we can catch a couple catfish, because there's some big guys over there. But our tilapia, I've struck out 3 strikes, that's it. I'll come back and try that again. Maybe throw some food first and then see if the fish come. But I'm going to go try the catfish and see what happens over there. Anyway, that's my new adventure, number 2, cast netting. So there you go. Didn't have any luck over at the catfish pond, but if I'm going to do this in either one of these ponds, I need to clear out the bank around there, because over in the catfish they had bamboo and all sorts of stuff. Over here we've got vetiver grass and then other grass down there. So none of this is making this an easy task, but some days you get the fish, some days the fish gets you. So I'll keep working at it, and once I perfect it, I'll show you how good I am, right? Anyway, never hurts to try new things. Remember that. There's always an option. See ya. And so the cast net, I haven't got proficient at it yet, catching the fish. I caught some little fish, but no big fish, so we're still working on that. And the welder, for weeks and weeks and weeks, I was asking people, I put it all together. There was no instruction manual, but I put it all together and got the wire to feed out of the thing, and everything was good. And as you saw in the video, got the little helmet, auto darkening helmet, and got down there and not had the video, and nothing happened. No spark. For weeks I tried to figure out what's wrong with this thing. And it turns out that I had the clamp for the ground connected to the black side. I figured negative, black, oh, no problem. But then I kept reading, sometimes it goes to the positive side. So I finally switched to the positive side. Zzz, so I'm good to go. I'm going to be a welder now, right?
Yeah.
What do you want me to weld up?
A
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Starting with the gate, right? The roll, we want a rolling gate.
Yeah, roof for parking.
Yeah, we got to put up, we had some storms, and the storms took down, well, actually the termites took it down. Our shade house that we planted a lot of plants, I actually put the eucalyptus poles in cement. And what happened?
Broke.
Yeah, the termites ate it anyway. It fell over. Same with over the car. We had one over a shade cloth over the car to keep it cool.
Storm too.
Yeah, they went, and so we need to start putting some cement poles in and some metal and some roofing. Do it right. And now that I'm a welder, I can do that, right?
You will, and can you put the roof too?
No, we'll hire the guys to do that. Anyway, we'll see. But yeah, and I wanted to mention this too. I mentioned before about our batteries. When our batteries didn't show up for the solar and we got a bar of soap instead, just a heads up. If you're living in Thailand, you'll probably be doing some online ordering as well. The snake dog. Online shopping is really big here, but one of the things I wanted to mention is we have a couple of companies that deliver to you, and they know where we live most of the time. Even though we're out here, they'll call Nat, hey, where are you? Bon Farong. Oh, we know Bon Farong. Yeah, the house of the foreigner. Yeah, we know that. Okay. But anyway, there's one particular company, and I probably shouldn't mention it because in Thailand you can get in trouble for talking bad about companies, and they'll sue you or something. But I wanted to mention there's companies that do this, and what they do is they'll get a call. They'll call like Nat and say, "Okay, we're going to deliver today," or something like that. A lot of times that happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but you go on the thing. It says your package has been delivered. Nat, we didn't get anything. Well, how do they say that? And so I'd go online, and like one of them showed the box, and the package was a little bag, a little tiny bag. But they showed, oh, package has been delivered. Here's the proof, and showed the box in front of a big house, beautiful, nice house, right? Yeah, a big box. I wonder what was in that big box. But it wasn't our box, and it wasn't our house.
Yeah.
And then they also showed a signature. A digital signature. I said, Nat, is this your signature? No. So there was the proof that they had delivered. I think what they're doing, either they're gaming the system for some reason. I think maybe they get bonuses or to show that their delivery is happening within a certain amount of time. But anyway, if all of a sudden you order something and it says, okay, it's been delivered, don't panic, right away. Wait and see, because within a day or so, it could show up. And a lot of times they actually say, oh, we're coming today, or you get a text message or something, oh, we're coming today, and it doesn't come, and the next day it doesn't come, and 2 days in a row, we're coming, and finally it'll show up. So don't get too freaked out about that if it happens that way. Speaking of buying things online, all around the world they're trying to push this whole, and they're using COVID a lot of times as an excuse. They say, oh, you can't touch money and stuff. That was during the whole COVID thing, but they're trying to get everybody to go to digital currencies. And in Thailand, there's no exception to that. In fact, PayPal has now stated that for us to continue using PayPal, we got to sign up with this national, what's it called? National Digital ID. And it's NDID for short. And it says, the transfer of your PayPal account to PayPal Thailand will take place from October 22nd onwards. You will need to be enrolled in NDID in order to complete your identity verification process in advance of the transfer. A Thai national ID is currently required to enroll in NDID. So from that, and I've reached out and I haven't got a reply from PayPal, but it's like, well, if a Thai national ID is currently required, what happens to the foreigners who are living here that are using PayPal and money's going to their PayPal account from Thailand? Now, if you have a foreign PayPal account, keep it, because nothing will change with that. But if you have been using a PayPal account within Thailand tied to your Thai bank, this will be an issue. And you enroll with NDID through your bank account. And so when you go on the bank account and say, I want to enroll in this thing, which I'm not a fan of because I don't like the control of, digital money. But when you go there, they're going to ask for a Thai national ID, and if you don't have one, what are you going to do? So this is really something strange, but it's coming up, and I just wanted to mention that. We did go to the monk's birthday. Yeah, we mentioned we were going, that we were invited. We went, and we thought, oh, there'll be a little bit of food and a few people.
A lot of people.
Oh, man, this was a big event, right?
Yeah.
This guy's famous. And so a lot of people, a lot of dignitaries, and they had music and dancers and food and a lot of stuff. So that was pretty cool. We haven't gone and seen him since his birthday. We should go visit him again. But that was really cool, it's just especially to be invited to the thing, you know. And so that was really cool. We got to finish this quick because Nat's melting over here. I said it's, rainy season, it's humid. The sun's not directly on us, but it's still pretty humid here. So we made a trip to Cha'am because we had people who wanted to look at the condominium.
Yes.
And how'd you feel about getting back to Cha'am?
Good. Saw the beach.
Yeah, saw the beach. Yeah, we didn't hang out on the beach. It was sort of a flip-flop trip. We didn't hang out at the beach, but it was nice to go. One thing I really miss, and speaking of Nat being hot, one of the things I really forgot about was how nice the breeze comes through that condominium. Oh my God. You just want to sit there on the couch, you just chill because the wind's coming through. It feels good, right? Yeah, really nice. That's one of the great things about that condominium. Somehow, because there's a building next to us, a hotel, sort of, the air channels between those two buildings and comes through there is really nice. So yeah, and we haven't sold it yet, so if you're interested in a $45,000 condo across the street from the beach, I think it's a good option these days to have someplace paid for that you can hang out. But one of the things that was new to Cha'am was
We have a lot going on. Lotus shop.
a new Lotus department store. And when they built this, we said, oh, it's just a little mini Lotus. But when we were there, we went in and wow.
A lot of things.
A lot of stuff in there. Really nice store. Now, this is an asset for anybody thinking about living in Cha'am, because before, to get that kind of selection of products in a supermarket, you have to go all the way to the end. But now you don't. And then inside there was also Swenson's ice cream, KFC, a whole bunch of things. They even had a salad bar. You can buy salad within the department store, the supermarket, and put it in a thing and take it, weight-wise. And I mean, it was really nice. So that's a great new addition to Cha'am. So if you're thinking about living someplace, and we had some people go to look at the condominium and they go, oh, it's too busy. Well, I said, when did you go? One went on a weekend, one went on a holiday. And of course, during those times, it's really busy. But normally, especially when the kids are in school during the school season, the rest of the week, there's nobody there. You go sit on the beach, 30 baht, $1, basically less than $1. You can sit in a chair all day at the beach. And so it's still a good thing. Oh, another thing we did while we were there, we had our member meeting. We have a member meeting in Hue An. And if you're around that area, Cha'am, Hue An, go check out our member. We have a great member, Ken, who used to work for Costco in the United States, and he opened up, his wife opened, because foreigners can't work, right? Opened up a burger place, and it's called Burgers and Us in Hue An. I'll try and remember to put information in the written description about where it is. But, oh, man, if you like burgers, they make their own buns, fresh homemade buns. it was great. And they have all the condiments on the table. You know, they have hot sauces and pickles. Oh, it was great. That's one thing now that I've been there, I'm like, I miss going and hanging out. He has pulled pork sandwiches, burgers, incredible, great. You know, good job, Ken, on that. That was really good. Oh, another thing that was in Wayne. On the way, when we were getting ready to leave, we saw something. You remember what we saw?
Ganja shop.
Yeah, the ganja shop. I'm shocked, you know, coming from Florida and living in the 70s and stuff, to see all of a sudden Thailand go from one of the most criminalized countries when it came to drugs and things like that, to be decriminalized and have stores that you go in, they got jars with buds, different kinds of buds and plants for sale and stuff, and it was a trip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pun intended. Yeah, it was a trip. And so that's really bizarre. And people have been giving us, we go to restaurants and stuff, and people are growing it in their yards. And here, you want some trees? Here, we're going to build a little place for people to eat here, and we got these trees. You'll take the trees. And, you know, they're giving us all these ganja plants and stuff like that. So bizarre. Speaking of something new and open, one of the things that happened in the little town near us, which is Nong Hong, there's no traffic light, nothing. It's like a 2-block town. And we had a 7-Eleven. Then they put in a Lotus, little mini Lotus store, a convenience store. But then they opened
CJ shop.
CJ store. Now CJ, flipped over, is JC. Yeah. But CJ store, we like CJ because they have a wide selection of all sorts of stuff. You know, they have a little bit of hardware, beauty and health things. They have the food. Coffee. They got coffee shop. Yeah, big coffee for only 30 baht, right? And then 35. They give you a coupon, how much? 35. And then they give the coupon 10 baht off, and become a member because you get a lot of discounts there. Great shop. And they have banoffee dessert. Ooh, banoffee. Aroy ba. Yeah, aroy. And around the property, the only new things that's been happening, we you know, basically trying to channel water out because it was so much rain. You know, things are sitting in water, which some of them like, some of them don't. One of our YouTube viewers, actually, not a member, he came, hung out with his wife, and they brought us some durian trees. So we got 3 durian trees planted, some lychee trees planted. Oh, we got a lot of stuff planted. But a lot of stuff is growing really good now. We've eaten bananas, guavas, noi na, which is custard apples. What else have we had? All sorts of stuff.
That's it for now.
But we got dragon fruit that are growing really well. We haven't eaten any yet, but a lot of stuff is growing really good. So we got our septic tank finished. We had to dig another hole, put the tank in there, and a drain field line because our tank was overflowing too quickly. We've done that. Now that's been a long time since we did our last YouTube video talking, and it hasn't overflowed at all, so that's working really well. And when they dug our ditch, our little pond, one of the things they did was they knocked down the fence between our property and Nat's mom's property, right?
Yeah.
And what happened when they knocked down that fence?
The chicken come in.
Oh my God! It became Chicken City here. Chickens. I'd wake up at 5:30 in the morning. The sun would just be coming up, and the yard would be filled with chickens. And you're saying, well, what's wrong with that? Well, the challenge with that is, when we mow the grass and stuff, I take the time to bag it so I can take the clippings and put them around the trees, right? The grass clippings. What do the chickens do?
Kick out.
Yeah, they kick it all out looking for the bugs. And so
come to our kitchen.
Yeah, they come in and key, which is excrement, all around the house and stuff like that. So we needed to fix that, so we ended up going to Buriram and getting a 1.5 meter high metal fence, which if the chickens are on the ground, they can, and they're small enough, they can push their way through the holes of the fence because it's pretty big. But normally they don't go through it, and we're thinking about putting the old plastic one we had in front on the bottom so they can't do that. And the little chickens could probably get through it, but we haven't had hardly any chickens since we put that up, so that's really good, right? And so that's what's been going on around the property, and that's it. And in closing, I just wanted to mention, The currency exchange rates for the U.S. dollar, the British pound are up. Quality of life in a lot of Western countries is in the toilet and could be getting worse. I mean, they're talking about energy shortages, food shortages, winter's coming, you know. Somebody said it's going to be cheaper in the UK to come holiday in Thailand than it will be to stay home and pay the electric bill or the heating bill in the UK. And so great time to get over here. And also they changed the insurance a while back, so you don't have to have all that insurance, you know, like for a visa. You don't have to have the outpatient insurance coming over. You don't have to have the insurance and stuff like that. So it's really a great opportunity to get over. I still recommend insurance, and I'll try and remember to put the link for Jamie at Pacific Cross so you can contact him, jump the queue, because a lot of people have had adverse effects of vaccines and all sorts of stuff. So insurance they're really busy there. And so I'll put the link so you can jump the queue and talk to Jamie about getting some insurance. For full-time living over here, you should definitely have it. But yeah, it's a great time to get over to Thailand. And we're going to launch within the next couple of weeks, launch our new community website, which will help people connect when they're over here, which was one of the biggest complaints of all these years. People said, yeah, it's really great, it's cheap, you know, Thai people are friendly, but connecting with other foreigners is difficult, especially if you're out like us, out in the middle of nowhere. So this community site is going to be Facebook type of a community where people can, you know, connect with other people. They see somebody that has something in common, or, you know, something they want to talk to people about. They'll be able to connect and share information. All the lessons that are in the member site will be in there. In lesson form, how to get visas and marriage and all the stuff, all that information, driver's license, all that will be in the community site. So that'll be launched soon. I'll be announcing that soon. But that's about it. She wants us to go test the air. It's nice during the day, you know, we can crank up the air. Oh, speaking of air conditioning, it wasn't cooling, and I said, oh, Nat, oh, maybe it leaks some gas or something, right? Oh, it's not cooling. Nighttime it'd be okay. Daytime it was like, you know, when we turn on the air to do work or something in there, or get out of the heat, and it just wasn't cooling. I said, Nat, you know, you got a number for somebody, right? Call him up. So the guy came, and he says, oh, I'll just clean it out. And I'm going, that Thai way again, you know. I was thinking, you know, he needs to check the gas or something. It's not cooling. What happened?
Just clean and cool back.
When he cleaned it and he used the high pressure with the water and everything, and he had a bucket of what came out of there, what was in that bucket?
Dirty.
It was black. So now it's chill, you know. It's really nice. And running off solar is great. You know, we don't have big electric bills. And I mentioned this is some people say, well, I'm not into this whole, you know, survival thing and everything. I said, well, you don't know what's happening in the world. It'd be a good idea to have our own food, our own power, our own water, not be reliant on the grid or anything like that. And so with these energy bills, the price of power coming up. The energy for the gas for cooking has gone up, and at night we cook with gas, but daytime I'm able to use the solar for a induction cooker and stuff. And so I think it's been a really good move to have solar power, and it was only a couple $1,000 US to set it up. So that is a good thing. But yeah, the air is cool, so I'm going to get Nat out of the heat and get her chilled. And we'll be coming at you soon with some more information about our new community site and more information. And look forward to our interview with Bruce. Great interview. He was stuck in America for, what, 2 years or something he was over there. But you won't even recognize him. Big changes. So anyway, have a good week or 2 weeks until we come out with another video. And stay well and stay strong. See ya. JC and Nat out.
Bye.
Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.